My name is Phillip Warwick, and welcome to My First Deal, which ultimately led to millions. In this podcast, we explore the pivotal first deals in real estate that define what type of investor you become. Whether it was a deal that inspired you the most or a challenging one from which you learned valuable lessons, each story is unique. We interview very successful investors, local real estate groups, business moguls, authors, and celebrities from all over the world, providing inspiration and insight, whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out. Today, we've got a very special second episode with a very special guest, my friend, mentor, business partner, and coach, JT Foxx. Hey, JT, welcome back to the show. It's a pleasure to have you again here on my podcast, Your First Real Estate Deal, which ultimately led to millions. Welcome to the show.
Well, first of all, welcome. It was great to share the same stage. You interviewed Tommy Hilfiger, and we had Elizabeth Hurley, Wayne Gretzky, and Jeremy Piven. You did a great job interviewing Tommy, and so it was great to see you. So it's good to see you now.
Yeah, it's great to see you as well. Thanks for having me at that event. That was an amazing event. And that leads to one of my questions for us as real estate investors. How can we use the celebrity branding that you provide us for finding great deals, for doing more real estate deals?
Well, branding is extremely important. As you know, you are so well branded. You're very successful in the deals you do. When you're branded, people send you the deals first. You're like, well, I don't care about branding. Well, to a real estate investor, who are they going to notice first? But they're like, what does it have to do with, what does this have to do with anything? Like nothing. Has nothing to do with anything. It just notice me first. One person interviews Tommy Hilfiger, the other one does not. Who am I going to look in real estate? And by the way, Tommy and you discussed real estate. He's a huge real estate investor. So, I mean, who am I going to look at first? You know, now they may ultimately go with them, but ultimately people go with who they notice first, right? Who they notice first.
Right.
So it's about credibility and getting noticed first. It's really what branding is, and authority in your space, right? You either live in an ocean of sameness or a lake of distinction.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So talking about like real estate investing as a whole.
What do you appreciate? You appreciate my answer, or just out of curiosity? Or is it just your standard operating procedure to go to the next question? Yeah, I appreciate your next question. I know you very well. We're friends. We do business. We do deals together. I appreciate that. I'm like, did you do what I did? Did you do what I did where someone will answer the question, but you're not really listening until after the interview because you're worried about the next question? Did you just pull that one?
Oh, yeah. The interview so much.
Oh, yeah. I do the same way they do. Nice to actually. So this is how it feels like.
Right. Exactly.
By the way, the end of the world is coming. The market's going to crash. Wow. I appreciate you. Now let's go to the next question.
Yeah. And I need to respect your time too. I know you're busy and you got a lot of things going on.
I think it wasn't about the time. It was like, I appreciate you. By the way, there could be one person. I know there's a lot of people listening to the show, but there could be one person, and because of a relationship, I'd be on your show. So I turned down 99.9% of the interview requests.
Yeah, and here you are on my show for the second time. So
yeah.
So hey, if you had to start over in today's market, what would you do different?
One, I'd get someone like you to tell me exactly what to do, what not to do. Huge local expertise. Someone like you who can take me to deals, take me to properties, and not just sit in a ballroom or a Zoom learning real estate. So that'd be the first thing. Second, I get branded like from the start, which I did not. But it was different back then when I first started. And number three, I joined a network of great people where to be able to send deals and fund deals to, which was not available to. So I started with one partner worth 250, then another partner worth 2 million, another partner worth 20 million, another partner worth 400 million. And I brought everybody along. Now you can pitch your deals to people that are worth 400 million. If you're part of an amazing network. So that's what I would do.
Okay. And if they're not part of that amazing network, what's the way that they can get connected with somebody to be able to bring those deals to?
Well, they need to reach out to people like you. I mean, if you're listening to this show and you've got a deal, you should send it to you. If you're looking to join an amazing network, you have an amazing network of amazing people you're around. I mean, the person that you're looking for is interviewing me right now. So, why not do that?
Yeah. And, I work with a lot of investors, both, investors that are starting out, getting started in real estate. They don't know how to get started or where their first deal is going to come from. We also work with a lot of people who have success, who have investment capital, and they're looking for great people to invest in and great deals to invest with others, like people like me who are actually out there doing the business. And so what would you give as advice to somebody in those two different scenarios?
I mean, there's people who have money who don't know what to do, right? And then they'll trust somebody else, and that person doesn't know what they do, and they lose their money. And because the person with money or some money, they just want to learn the whole game because there is a lot to learn. So when they work with someone like you who's done it, who has a lot of properties, you can see him, touch him, feel him. That's amazing. Then you have on the other side this whole other kind of positioning of success that that changes everything. If you have experience or you're brand new, you need someone to hold your hand. And like people think, oh my God, costs money. Well, how many hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars are costing yourself? Like people are like, oh, I'm gonna do it myself, then I'm gonna get the help. You're never gonna make it, right? Here's the thing: you are your greatest investment and your worst asset.
Yeah, and that's why I invest in coaching still, right? I've got 23 years of experience, been full-time for 20 years, and I still get coaching. Being able to partner with people like you and get coaching from somebody like you who's the world's best, it's important, right? So a lot of times people in that space, like thinking about getting coaching, they're like thinking that like, what's in it for me? What's in it for them? And why would I want to share my knowledge with others,
I mean, it's also a way to monetize your knowledge, right? So you spent a lot of money yourself. I spent millions of dollars myself. And people say, okay, I have expertise. People keep asking me, can you help me? Can you help me for free? And they have these questions. So if you don't pay attention. So, if you're going to answer some questions, but it's not like you coach 100% of the time. You probably coach less than 5% of the time. Same thing with me. So we do it, we say giving back, but it's also giving back to people who are serious. And it's anything that you haven't done. It's not like, hey, I spend money on coaching, you spend money on coaching. So it's not like we're offering something that necessarily we haven't done ourselves. So, if it's good enough for us, it's good enough for them.
Yeah. And the other thing too, is we're always looking for great people to do deals with, right? And so by coaching, it leads us to great people who we can know, like, and trust. And as we get to know them, we can do deals together. But sometimes as a new student, they want to know, why would they partner with somebody like me as opposed to going out there and trying to do it on their own?
Wow, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. It takes a lifetime to build a brand. One mistake to do it, or you lose money, you're never gonna go back. Coaching is a shortcut to whatever they want to do. It's like people, I gave this example. You want to be a golfer, you're gonna read every video on golf, watch every video, read every book, attend every webinar, go to the driving range and say, when I win, I'll get a coach. You're never going to win. But also getting a coach doesn't guarantee that you're also going to win, but you're going to have a better chance. But there is a certainty you're never going to make it without a coach.
That's right. Yep, I agree. And so on the flip side of that, for real estate investors, like somebody that has capital and wants to invest with me, to invest their capital with me and trust me with their capital, they might wonder, why would I open up those opportunities to them instead of trying to do the deal on my own?
There's also so many deals you can do, and you have a lot of deals, and not everyone you can do. And the more you share, the more you grow.
Okay. Yeah. I appreciate you being here again. And, what's a good way for people that are listeners that are just getting to know you through me? That way I could connect them with you, for them
they could just go to you directly. I mean, follow me on Instagram, but they you're a friend of mine. You're part of my inside circle. So, I mean, to get to me, they have to go to you. It's that simple.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, JT.
Thanks, buddy. Good job. Another great interview by Phil Warwick.
All right. Thanks again. All right. And that's a wrap for the show here today. Thank you, JT Foxx, for another great interview. If you'd like to hear my story and how I did my first deal and extra footage from other people that I interviewed, there will be a link in the comments. So just click the link and comment as well. In addition, if you'd like me to fund your deals, or you have some deals or capital that you'd like to fund for me, or if you'd like to be able to come to my office to check out exactly what I do every single day, or walk and look at some properties together, the link is in the comments below. But that's it for today. If you also know and want to introduce me to people that would be a great fit for me to interview on this podcast, that's always welcome. But before you leave, do me a huge favor, like and share this podcast on Spotify or Apple. It really helps a lot, especially giving us a review. And we really appreciate everyone here again today. We'll see you next time on your first real estate deal on the way to millions. All right, this is Phillip Warwick, and we'll catch you on the flip side.